All right, game 5. This looks like a Horn of Plenty Megaturn. You got draw with Council Room or Enchantress. The villages will be Coin of the Realm. Also, Madman for a time. You also have Necropolis, which maybe you don't trash. I'm not sure about that. And then Horn of Plenty will be plenty of payload. Hermit can take care of the Overgrown Estate and Hovel, and then you probably get to mint off to deal with the coppers. I think the options that jump out to me are Double Hermit or maybe Poacher Hermit. So I want to get Madman off the Hermit, and then you'll have a big Madman turn, and that'll be when you do your minting. And then I think the tricky part is going to be having like enough. Like, where's your econ come after that once you've trashed all your coppers? How do you get up to 5? Because you need to get like a Horn of Plenty, and then you can start minting those. I need to make sure I still have like 5 left in my deck once I kill all my coppers. That could be having like a silver off the Hermit. I don't want a bunch of silvers. Maybe I do have to take 2 silvers. I'll have to live with having 2 silvers. Like 2 silvers and a Poacher, 2 silvers and a Coin of the Realm or something. Okay, I think I'm opening Double Hermit. It's striking me that a lot of the cards that I think I want cost 3 or less. So Hermit seems particularly good for that. Plus, I need to play at least 1 Hermit for Madman. And Double Hermit minimizes the chance that I bottom deck Hermit. Because I'll find at least 1 of them. Yeah, so get a Madman, probably 2, play them all, trash all the coppers with a big mint turn, buy a Horn of Plenty, and then start getting like Enchantress and Council Room and stuff and whatnot after that. This is not ideal. I mean, it could be worse, I guess, but they collided and I trashed none of the junk. It's obviously slightly subpar. Here I think I'll buy Enchantress. So like to draw your entire deck, you normally I think need 2 Madmen, which I can get. But maybe an easier way is like you play an Enchantress and then you play the Madman next turn. Well, Enchantress draws you 2, but it also means you've got a 7 card starting hand, which means Madman will draw you 2 more than it otherwise normally would. And then I think you could draw your whole deck with just 1 Madman if you get an Enchantress off. The attack can hurt, but with Shelters around it can also help. They could pig their Necropolis and play it as a cantrip, which might be an improvement over its normal function. So I'm not sure how much the attack matters, realistically. Oh. Well, I've hit 5 already. I think I might just take the Horn now. That resolves my whole problem of, needing to hit 5 somehow. And I'm not sure if I want to play the Madman now. I've only got the 1. Whereas he's got 2 of them, don't he? So I could just play Enchantress now and hold off on the Madman. Like, this Madman is not going to get me to a full copper trash. So I think maybe I'll just play the Enchantress and conserve the Madman. This, I think, will get me basically into my deck, right? I'll draw 2 from Enchantress and then 6 from Madman. That'll get me really close. I sure hope I don't bottom deck the coppers. Okay, so he got a 6 copper trash off. I will also get a 6 copper trash off. Means I'll just have to live with like having 1 copper, but that's honestly fine. I think I don't want to play the silver. I mean, I could trash the silver. I don't really need it, but I think 1 silver is fine. It's a unique card, and it lets me like buy a thing each turn. I've got a Horn of Plenty already, which is obviously good, but he's also got 1 Madman in reserve, which means he'll have 1 more big turn any minute now. I got 2 coins down. He's just gained his first. I think I mostly want to use my Hermit to gain enchantresses because I want the draw. I might pick up coins if I run low on those as well. Actually, maybe I don't need that many enchantresses because like I just need like enough enchantresses to find like a counter to kick off my turn. So maybe I can afford to have fewer enchantresses and more coins so as to make sure I've got terminal space. Like one coin of the realm, I think it functionally is kind of like just like one village. The turn you call it, it's giving you 2 village effects because it gives you +2 actions and doesn't have the normal -1 action that comes with the action villages because you don't have to spend an action to play it. But you can only play one coin of the realm every other turn, so it averages out to like 1 village per turn, which is not a huge number. So here I want to play a lot of this. I for sure want to play my mint. I got to get the Horn of Plenty. I for sure want to get an Enchantress down. I think I could pig the Enchantress and then gain an Enchantress off of Hermit. So if I think that requires that I call both coins, but that might be okay. It's probably worth it. Oh, I've got the Necropolis actually. I think that probably saves me a second coin call. Trash, gain, play. Yeah, I think I like my position. This feels nice and smooth. We'll gain another council room and another horn. And I've already got 9 uniques. I wasn't even really trying. And I've already got more uniques than necessary, which is good. Council room on top, that's great news. Yeah, we're doing more or less the same things. I think probably just had like slightly better early draws, which is I think more or less that kind of the opposite of what just happened last game, where we did more or less the same thing. I just had slightly worse opening draws. But I mean, Horn of Plenty can lead to like rapid in-game swings where you gain tons and tons of provinces. So I'm not out of the woods yet. I think I've got a lead, but like it's prone to escape if I'm not careful. Bottom decked my other council room. That's not great because it means I can't gain and play a horn off of this mint. But on the upside, it means I do have another council room top decked. So now I've got to be careful about gains. So he has 3 horns. I have 4. I also bottom decked a horn, which is a little bit sad. How many cards can he gain? I'm concerned that if I take more horns here, like I would like to win the horn split, that if I do that, he can empty like Coin of the Realm and Enchantress. He's only got 1 council room. He's got 1 hermit. So can he even draw his deck? I mean, he'll get close. He'll draw 2 from Enchantress, 4 from Council Room, 1 from Poacher. But I don't think he can gain and play a Horn of Plenty. He's already trashed his Evergreen Estate. Yeah. Yes, I don't think he has enough draw to get back past the end of his deck. But he could also pig like an Necropolis or something. But I think he only has exactly enough draw to get to the end of his deck. And I sure hope I'm not missing anything, because that might influence the number of games he has. His Council Room will draw 4, Poacher 1, Enchantress 2, and a pig Necropolis or Hermit or whatever. Assuming the worst case scenario, pig Necropolis. I think just exactly draws him to the end of his deck, which means he can't gain and play Horn. So as far as gains go, he's got 3 horns, 2 buys, so 5, and a hermit gain is 6, and a mint is 7 restricted to horns or coins. He could mint a coin as well. So he has theoretically 7 gains. And there's 6 cards left in the coin and enchantress pile. I'm player 1, so he could take a tie. So I'm not sure what this hermit can gain. Because I don't want to gain enchantress because that lowers the pile. I don't want to gain hermit because hermit is as low as enchantress is. So collectively the piles are at 9. So I could gain 1 horn safely. Or I could gain like 2 horns and a province. So if I took 2 provinces off of these horns, he can gain 7 things, we said. So he would have to gain 2 provinces and 5 things. So if I gain 2 provinces, I could lower the piles to 5. But if I gain 2 provinces, I wouldn't really have the capacity to lower the piles to 5 anymore, would I? If I gain 1 province, other way around, I could lower the piles to 6 if I took 2 provinces. So if I take 1 province, I can lower piles to 7, which means taking 2 horns. I think I like that. So I just don't play this hermit. And I trash a horn for province, gain a horn, buy a horn. And then I'm threatening to win next turn. I've got a counter from top deck, so I'm not likely to dud. I think that all sounds safe, right? Yeah. Let me make sure I've got 8 uniques. It was 9 last turn, but you know, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. I'll take 1 province and 2 horns. I feel like this should be winning. All right, so he picked a poacher, which means he will also be 1 card short here. I don't know what that card is, but there's some card in his deck that he is unable to draw. Can I continue my deck? 2 draw from the enchantress coming in, plus 8 from the council rooms is 10. If he plays his enchantress, then I can get exactly 10 into my deck, but I can't gain and play a Horn of Plenty. That should probably be enough, I would think. Whoa. Does he have a win? Maybe he must just be hoping that I dud, right? Yeah. So now my easiest win might be taking, actually, I was going to say taking provinces, but I'm not sure how many provinces I can take. Probably just pig the Necropolis. I got plenty of coins down. I mean, I could consider pigging the Enchantress as well, but so if I dud, the Enchantress might be more helpful for next turn, and if I don't dud, it doesn't matter. So I bottom deck counter again. That's a little sad. Now let's think. Do I have 8 uniques? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so I can get to 8 uniques if I play the Mint and the Hermit. So I could just take 4 provinces here. That's probably de facto winning. Probably. I don't have to think about that if I can find a more immediate pile out. So can I do coins, enchantress, and double province? Probably not, right? That's 8 gains. And I have 2 buys, 3 with hermit, 4 with mint, 8 with horn. Oh, maybe I can do that. So if I mint, oh no, I'm still short. I have enough theoretical gains for that, but I don't have enough money to make use of both my buys. I could mint a coin, hermit and an enchantress. That leaves enchantresses at 4. Use 2 horns on provinces, 2 horns on enchantresses, bringing enchantresses down to 2. But then I can only buy 1 enchantress. So if I just take 4 provinces here, that scores me 24 points, bringing me to a total of 30. I guess I could take 2 estates as well for a total of 32. Means he would need to score 16, which is a province and 4 duchies. There's 3 horns in the trash. I'm looking at 4. I think that means he has 3 horns left. I think he can't do that, right? Because that means he would need to buy 2 duchies. I don't think he has 10 money in his deck. So I think I'm just doing that. So this will give me an estate. I have to play the mint. I think lowering coins is probably better than not, because if I'm just trying to go for a big points lead, then the pile out's not going to be relevant to him anyway. But given that I've now like decimated my deck, the pile out could be relevant to me as a means of ending the game. And do I buy copper? Like the money might actually make a difference for buying estates. I could also consider not buying the estate to get a madman, but I think I've had the 1 point from the estate a whole lot. I'll buy the copper. Well, that's not much of a turn. All right. Well, I feel like there should be a win here somewhere. I've got a horn. I didn't realize I had another horn. Oh. In any case, this is 8 uniques. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this should be 8 uniques. Nine, in fact.